Welcome back to the show. I'm Alex.
And I'm Sabrina. This is Building Better Relationships in Construction, where we talk about the real-world side of home building and construction management, how to handle the chaos without losing your cool or your credibility.
Today we're on Chapter 35, Reacting to Change with Systematic Confidence.
If you've been in construction for any length of time, you know that change isn't the exception, it's the rule. Schedules shift, materials get delayed, designs evolve, and surprise structural issues pop up at the worst possible time.
The real test of your professionalism isn't whether these things happen. They will. The test is how you respond when they do.
And that's where a lot of people struggle. The default reaction is panic, blame, or emotional decisions that create even bigger problems.
Instead, we want to walk you through a simple framework you can use every time something changes. Research, decide, execute.
3 steps, same order every time. That's how you stay calm under pressure, make better decisions, and actually build trust instead of losing it when things go sideways. The power of a systematic response.
When something unexpected happens on a project, what's the first thing most people do?
They panic, or they start blaming someone, or they answer a question before they know the facts, just to get the client off their back.
And those reactions usually make everything worse. You get confusion, mixed messages, and sometimes expensive overreactions, like tearing something out that was actually fine.
A systematic response does the opposite. It takes a stressful surprise and turns it into a chance to show your professionalism.
You're basically saying, we have a way we handle this. We don't guess. We don't react emotionally. We follow a process.
That process is 1. Research, 2. Decide, 3. Execute.
Let's break down each step with real construction examples.
Step 1. Research.
Step 1 is simple. Don't react. Research. Your first move is to gather facts.
Let's say a client is staring at a beam and says, "That doesn't look strong enough. Are you sure this is safe?"
The wrong move is to immediately say, "Oh yeah, it's fine. Don't worry." Or, on the flip side, "We'll just replace it," without knowing anything.
The right move sounds more like, "Thanks for bringing that up. Let's verify it. I'll pull the engineering specs, check the calculations, and if needed, we'll talk to the engineer and do a quick site review."
Then you actually do the research. That might include consulting the engineer or design team, reviewing blueprints and engineering reports, talking to suppliers or manufacturers about materials or alternatives, doing an on-site inspection to verify what's actually installed.
Same thing if the concern is about a foundation, a wall, or a sagging floor. You don't guess. You call the structural engineer, look at the soil reports, check inspection records, and talk to your team.
The goal in this step is simple. Is the concern justified based on facts, not fear, not assumptions?
When you discipline yourself to pause and gather information, you prevent emotional, knee-jerk decisions that can cost you time, money, and credibility. Step 2. Decide.
Once you have the facts, then, and only then, do you move to step 2. Decide.
This is where you confirm whether the current plan is valid. Identify if adjustments are actually needed. Weigh the risks, costs, and schedule impacts of your options.
Let's go back to that beam example. Suppose your research shows the beam matches the engineer's specs. It meets code. The load calculations are correct.
In that case, your decision is no change needed. And you can now say that with confidence backed by data.
You sit down with the client, show them the drawings, the engineer's notes, maybe even an email confirmation, and walk them through why it's safe.
On the other hand, let's say the research shows a real issue. Maybe the wrong size was installed. Or the soil under a footing isn't performing as expected. Or the material that arrived isn't what was specified.
Now your decision might be, we need to modify. But again, you don't rush that either. You work with the engineer or designer. Look at options, consider costs and schedule, and choose the best path.
The key is, every decision is informed and deliberate. You're not making calls just to quiet someone down. You're making calls that will stand up a week from now, a year from now, and 10 years from now. Step 3. Execute.
Step 3 is where a lot of builders fall short. They research, they decide, and then communication falls apart.
Execution is 2 parts. 1. Implementing the decision in the field. 2. Communicating that decision clearly to everyone involved.
If the decision is no change, you don't just say, "We're good." You explain why. We reviewed the engineering, double-checked the calculations, and confirmed with the structural engineer that this beam meets all requirements. Here's the report if you'd like to see it.
If the decision is, we're making a change, you map it out. What exactly is changing? How long it will take? What it will cost? How it affects the schedule?
And you document it. Change order, emails, updated drawings, the whole thing. That way, your team, your subs, and your client are all on the same page.
The big rule in this step: stay objective, stay calm, no defensiveness, no blame.
The minute you start getting emotional, raising your voice, blaming subs, minimizing concerns, you lose some of that trust you're trying to build.
Executing with clarity and composure shows everyone on the project that you're in control and focused on solutions, not drama. Why this systematic approach matters.
Let's talk about why this three-step system is more than just a nice idea. It directly affects your reputation and your bottom line.
Every time you handle change with research, decision, and execution, you're making a trust deposit with your clients and your team.
Clients start to see a pattern. You don't guess. You don't overreact. You don't hide. You walk them through issues calmly and transparently.
That does a few powerful things. It reduces confusion and miscommunication. It stops small issues from blowing up into major conflicts. It shows clients you're honest, thorough, and committed to quality.
It also shapes your team culture. When your people see you handle problems this way, they learn. When there's an issue, we don't freak out. We follow the process.
That means less finger pointing, more problem solving, fewer rushed, expensive redos.
And financially, it's huge. When your decisions are based on verified facts, you reduce unnecessary change orders, schedule slippage, cost overruns caused by reacting too fast and fixing the wrong thing.
Over time, that adds up to smoother projects, happier clients, and a reputation for steady leadership. From chaos to confidence.
Here's the bigger picture. Change is not going away. If anything, projects are getting more complex. More products, more regulations, more people involved.
You can't build a career on the hope that nothing goes wrong. You build a career on how you respond when it does.
Research, decide, execute. Every change, every concern, every surprise.
When clients see that you consistently operate this way, they start to relax, even when problems pop up. They think, okay, something changed, but they'll handle it. They always do.
That's when trust really deepens, and that's what gets you referrals, repeat projects, and long-term loyalty.
You're no longer just the person who builds the house. You're the leader who can manage complexity with calm, clarity, and purpose.
So next time a client questions something or a surprise shows up on site, catch yourself before you react. Walk through the framework. First, research. Then, decide. Then, execute and communicate clearly.
Do that consistently, and every challenge becomes an opportunity to prove your competence and strengthen your relationships.
That's Chapter 35, Reacting to Change with Systematic Confidence.
If you got value from this, share it with a project manager, superintendent, or team lead who's in the trenches with you. The more people on your team who use this framework, the more stable and predictable your projects become.
Thanks for listening to Building Better Relationships in Construction. I'm Alex.
And I'm Sabrina. Until next time, handle change with facts, not fear, and lead with calm, systematic confidence. And remember, this podcast is based on the principles and practices found in the book, Building Better Relationships by Paul Schwinghammer. Available in multiple formats, including audiobook on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Bye for now.